Please subscribe my channel. My wife sent me a text late one evening. I'm staying at Sarah's house tonight. Don't worry. I read it without rushing, and I even smiled a little like it was no big deal. Sarah was her best friend, someone I trusted completely. I just wrote back, "Okay, enjoy yourself," and set my phone aside. But as the hours went by, a strange feeling started to bother me. It wasn't fear or anger, just a calm sense that things didn't add up. Sarah and I had talked a few days earlier, and she had said she was buried in work and planned to stay home all week. I tried to push the thought away and told myself not to overthink it. Still, I couldn't fall asleep. I lay there listening to the clock, realizing that trust doesn't snap all at once. It wears away little by little. By midnight, I couldn't ignore it any longer. Sometimes the truth doesn't jump out at you. Sometimes you have to go look for it. Around 1 a.m., I did something I never imagined I would do. I sent Sarah a quick message, keeping it light, asking how her evening was going. She answered right away, sounding confused. She wasn't having company. She was home by herself, tired from work, and hadn't seen my wife at all. Right then, a heavy feeling settled in my chest. No big wave of emotion, no outburst, just a quiet, empty calm. I didn't blame her or ask a bunch of questions. I simply wrote, "Are you sure?" Sarah called me instead. Her voice was steady, sorry, and straight with me. She promised my wife had not come over. We talked on the phone for hours, speaking softly, trying to make sense of it all. As the night went on, I noticed I wasn't mad at Sarah, and I wasn't even yelling in my own mind. I was sad. Sad about the lie I had just discovered without ever getting out of bed. When morning came, the house felt strange, like it belonged to somebody else. I didn't wait for my wife to get home. I didn't want to hear excuses that sounded practiced. I packed a small bag slowly and carefully, as if each step helped me take back control. Before I left, I wrote one short note and put it on the kitchen counter where she would see it right away. The words were simple. That's funny, because I spent the whole night with Sarah. No yelling, no blame, just the plain truth. When I stepped outside and shut the door, the cool morning air felt fresh. I drove off with no real plan, knowing that note would hit harder than any argument. Sometimes quiet truth speaks louder than loud words. I had no idea what would come next, but I knew our life together would never feel the same. The phone call started less than an hour later. Missed calls, texts, worry pouring out in every message. "What do you mean? Where are you? Please talk to me." I didn't answer. I pictured her in the kitchen, reading those words over and over, seeing her own life fall apart so easily. Soon after, she called Sarah. I know because Sarah phoned me later, upset. My wife had sounded desperate, trying to explain, trying to turn the story into something she could fix. But there was nothing left to fix. The truth had already put everything together. Sarah told her quietly that she knew what was going on and that more lies would only hurt worse. Hearing that didn't make me feel better. It just proved I was right. When lies come undone, they don't do it softly. They rip open everything hidden nearby and show plans that were never supposed to see daylight. Later that day, my wife finally got through to me on the phone. Her voice cracked as she spoke. She admitted she had not been at Sarah's. She talked about feeling mixed up, alone, making bad choices, things that just happened. I listened without interrupting until she had said it all. Then there was a long silence. I told her the truth she wasn't ready to hear. The lie hurt more than wherever she had really gone. Trust doesn't break because of one bad night. It breaks because someone chose to hide the truth on purpose. I explained how easily I had figured it out, how she had not expected my quiet questions, my honest friend, or a simple coincidence. That hit her harder than any shouting could have. She cried, said she was sorry, and promised to change. But deep down, I knew something important had already changed forever. The man who left that note wasn't trying to hurt her. He was choosing clear thinking over mess and pain. Some sorry words come too late, after the damage is done. In the days after, I stayed somewhere else to give myself room to think. Friends called, surprised at how calmly it all happened. I told them truth doesn't always need a crowd to watch. I went over the events in my mind, not over and over in anger, but carefully. seeing where I had ignored small warnings just to keep things peaceful. I wasn't perfect, but I had always been honest. That meant a lot to me now, more than pretending everything was fine. My wife kept trying to reach me, moving between deep regret and fear. Each message felt heavier than the last. I realized I wasn't angry, because anger would mean I still wanted something from her. What I felt was distance, the kind that grows when respect is gone for good. Betrayal doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it shows itself quietly through one careless lie that can't stand up to a closer look. In time, we met in person. She looked tired and unsure, not like her usual confident self. She asked if there was any way to repair us. I answered honestly, I didn't know. But I knew trust can't grow again just from fear and sorry feelings. I told her how one small text had changed it all, how quickly her story unraveled, how the truth came from the last place she expected. She admitted she never thought I would check, never thought I would talk to Sarah, never thought staying quiet could hurt so much. That admission told me more than anything. When someone thinks they won't get caught, it shows how little they worry about losing you. That hurt, but it also made everything clear. We didn't fight. We didn't raise our voices. Some endings don't need big drama. They just need the truth to finally come out. Looking back, that night taught me lessons no normal day ever could. My wife sent a small lie, thinking it would vanish by morning. Instead, it followed her into the light and forced her to face a truth she never planned for. Leaving that note wasn't about getting even. It was about finding peace. I didn't chase her, blame her out loud, or beg her to stay. I paid attention, checked quietly, and made my choice. In doing that, I kept my self-respect. The truth didn't come from a loud fight. It came from noticing. By sunrise, I had left, not running away, not hiding, but choosing what was best for me. Some lies break relationships. Others simply show what the relationship really was all along. That text that night and that note the next morning changed everything. It hurt a lot, but it also gave me gifts I couldn't buy. Clear sight, pride in myself, and the strength to walk away without yelling.